Alrighty guys, welcome on back to some more Proud Nordics. Last episode, we finished up the new story added in the Proud version of the game here on Oland Island, where we made it to the end and defeated the Queen or Witch of Frost, who ended up being the goddess Yule, who had apparently struck the original home of the Normans down into ice. And we heard a little bit of a story between Canute and what he found, but unfortunately, I don't think Ys is ever going to really truly flush that out. And so, in this episode, let's talk about it. But before that, if you guys do like this video and this series, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It'll really help me out, and it'll help make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. With all of that out of the way, let's get into it. So, I originally intended for this to be the final episode. I wanted to just go and beat the final boss, but I was checking a couple things, including what Astrid had here, and a couple other things that we now have access to. And I just think it's going to be best if we hold off and do the final boss in its own episode, because this might take a while. So we're going to start. I wanted to start here, but we're actually going to go ahead and just go offshore real quick, because we want to go back to the Sondrus. We have two things we can report here on the Sondrus, here in the common room. We not only have 100% adventure rating, but we also have now seen every single runestone. So we should have a couple things here with our report results. Reporting adventures to Dogi. Yeah, no stone unturned. Thank you, Dogi. We get the Sirius Ring. This is going to give you a plus 30% damage infliction, and normal attacks deal no break damage. So you do more damage, but no break damage. And the Ancient Vitality Formula. This will let you make the Vitality Elixirs. Thank you so much, Dogi. Adventure report completed. Now we need to report our runestones for the same reason. For getting every single runestone finished, we will get the Aurora Cloak EX. That is luck plus 50, vitality and break increases based on the number of Grieger defeated. Really solid. Thank you, Cuthbert. And we get the Andvari. This is the second strongest armor in the game. This is the heavy version as opposed to the light version we also got a few episodes back. And that's the runestone report completed as well. So with that done, we can actually go check out this Aurora Cloak EX. EXs are going to be important. Essentially, what it does is this is going to increase your vitality and break based on the number of Grieger defeated. But the EX version is going to add that plus 50 luck. So while it won't actually increase your vitality and break anymore, it does give you an additional buff there. So we'll go ahead and give that to Adol. And then we're just going to go ahead and head on downstairs. We're going to upgrade that new armor we just got. So we'll head on over to the forge. Nope. Mandy, you need to find a different spot besides right in front of the forge, because I can't access the forge.
May not look it.
Let's go ahead and enhance our Resplendent Andvari. This is going to use our final Sverkite that we have. Let's do it.
Okay.
Go ahead and do the build there. We're going to get Forge's Finest. That is for upgrading 2 legendary weapons and 2 legendary armors. We will, of course, go give this to Adol, and then we will give this one to Karja. And there we go. Our team is now set up. With that done, we're going to go ahead and return to the helm real quick. We will be back on this boat later, because one of the things we're going to be doing is viewing all of our characters' final max affinity events, which could take probably about 20 minutes by itself. We're going to go ahead and head back to the Coliseum now.
Right, let's go.
And we're going to view, before we do anything else, we're going to view Astrid's event. We haven't seen it yet, so let's go ahead and see what she has to say. About Canute's older brother, my late fiancé. It occurs to me that he'd been trying to reclaim the Norman homeland too. Really? That's news to me. You figured Canute might be aiming to carry on his will then. Couldn't say for sure, really. Not like he even talks to me about it. But even if Canute has a tongue of barbs and all the tact of a brick, not to mention the rankest foot stank, there's more to him beneath that. I just know it. Astrid. We can talk to her again. Anywho, this about wraps up things here on Oland. I know you've got your own things going on too, so I get out there and give your best for the rest. Oh, does she not have anything else? Wow, okay. We can now make new types of medicine, of course. Maybe she has the star there to show this off. We have a lot of races. A lot of them. Now, I'm not going to be showing all of these off. I will only be showing off the ones I think are important. So, such as Azure Requiem Way here, we can get an empty bottle. So let's go ahead and hop into here. The reason for that is I don't I tried looking through the achievements. There might be one associated with getting an S rank in every arena and race. I couldn't find one though. So I'm not super inclined to do all these races, especially if the rewards aren't worth it. Wow, we got really lucky there. That's fine. We got knocked off. We're just gonna be going for a high score here. I think it's really tough to get this without falling off your board, because you have to do a lot of these quick turns. And I actually don't know, with our current acceleration on our board, I don't know if it's possible to do that without falling off sometimes. Like, even if we start, even if we grab super early, or start slowing down super early, we still, like, just go so fast. So we're just going to be going for getting all these crystals as well as coming in first place. That might not give us enough to get us an S rank, but it should give us enough to at least get that C rank. C rank is just clearing it, so try to just follow these crystals here. Yeah, I saw how many of these there were, these races, as well as how many new fights there are. And there was, if there wasn't any that were important, we would just watch the affinity events and then fight the final boss. There's a lot. There are a lot of fights and a lot of these races that give us key items, such as the bottles and treasure maps. So that's one of the reasons I like to cover all key items in this game. So here we go. I'm guessing probably an A, maybe a B, but probably an A. Yep, A rank, that's totally fine. I'm not going for S rank right now. We get the empty bottle, and that's all we are going for. We do not need a retry right now.
What do you want to do next?
Next up, we have so these are the EX missions. These are going to be harder to complete, but most of them give us things. So we're not going to be worrying about this Egoless Dawning, even though it probably is pretty solid. We actually know what that one is. That one's the luck. But we are going to be worrying about these three, as they do give us those ancient trove charts. Just for getting an A rank, which again, A rank is just get a decent time and come in first place. So we know this map well enough, should have zero issues here. I think the EX version is just that Karja and Canute are faster. I don't think anything else has really changed. So yeah, he is significantly quicker now. But the good news is we really just have to get that A rank. Don't need to get too crazy, again, as long as we come in first. And we probably could do this without falling off our board as well, just because we've done this one enough. Ooh, Canute. Got that out. These are going to be close. I'm glad I don't have to do that cavern one we just did. But we do have to do some that we haven't done yet. Let's try to get some of these boosts. Just give us a little bit of a advantage over them. And there we go. That might be an S rank. Yep, S rank. And that gives us an Ancient Trove Chart 8 and a Clear God Drop. Now, I actually don't know what these Clear God Drops are for just yet. I tried looking and couldn't find anything that used them. So it might be that you can now craft, my guess is you can craft the white mana seeds now. I'd have to go back to a hewn stone and check. And then you use these God Drops in order to craft those white mana seeds. So this is another one where we don't actually have to even come in first place. I think this is was this the B rank or is this the C rank? I don't know, but ooh, that's bad. Didn't really want to fall off my board this close to the end, but that's fine. Should at least get our B rank. A D rank. I fell off the board right at the end, and that really cost me that much, huh? Okay, let's try this again. We hit this first boost, no problem. Hit the second boost. We get enough speed to keep going here. Grab all these shards. Where did I fail? Was it here? I think it was, yeah, because I hit that turn not quick enough. That at least should be A rank. Perfect.
Looks like I've still got training to do.
And we get an Ancient Trove Chart 9. Do not need to retry. We S-ranked it. And finally for the race mode, Forest Longrum EX. I think this is a shorter one as well. These are essentially all the different areas in the game that we went to, all the long areas. So here we go. I think we're coming from the top, like the exit, over to the entrance. This one, well, if that's the case, this first one's going to be pretty massive. This was a very large zone. But if I go down the waterfall, it'll be pretty quick. If I don't go down the waterfall, though, and I have to go the, like, Oh, yeah. Okay. This is what I was thinking. If we had to go through this way instead, this is going to be pretty long. Ooh. What a nice little grind rail you have to do there. I wish there was grinding, like... Wish they put a mana trail there, but that's okay. We get a ton of speed right here. We do need to find a chance. No! That's fine, that's fine. We're still okay. Please. That might be enough. We didn't get an S rank because we fell off the board. Should give me an A, though. A B? Is that okay? Yep, that's okay. We got the Ancient Trove chart 10. That's all we needed. Man, it really is. If you just barely fall off that board for a second, you lose your A rank. So that's all the key items here. Now over here, we only have 2, but they're going to be the Ulf's Road and the Forest Longrum here in the score attack. Now, the good news is we don't have to worry about beating Karja and Canute, but now we have to worry a little bit more about these. So I want to try to focus on grabbing as many of these as possible while not getting knocked off our board. I haven't sped up a single time, and we are going so fast. This is insane. I don't know if we're going to get it. I don't know. I mean, we got all 3 bonuses. We didn't get Shardamaster. That was tough. Let's try again. Honestly, this is one of the downsides of getting acceleration so fast on your Golan board. Is that because we don't need to worry about time, I'm going to pull back. Because you can pull back on the... No, that's fine. You can pull back on the joystick to go a little bit slower. We're going to try to go a little bit slower for this. Because it seems like these are the most important things, are grabbing all the crystal shards. Ooh boy, ooh boy. Sharp turn there. No. Missing those big ones is tough. I don't think we're going to get it here either. We didn't get Shardamaster either. Okay, let's go again. This is the last one I'll show on camera. Here we go. That's tough. So Shardamaster, I think, is getting majority of these. It's definitely getting a certain amount. Oh, come on. I just want to restart already, but I know I can't. Let's just try to get Shardamaster, since we know we're going to miss out on the board one. Slow down, Adol. Missed that one. That's fine. Didn't get it. We're going way too fast already. Come on. No. Oh, we missed that same one every time. Yeah, we're not going to get it here either, unfortunately. Okay, let me just go till I get the S rank, or... I don't even think I need S rank, right? Is this just a B one? Let me check.
Great job. Hope you had a good
Oh, this is A. Uh-oh. This is my best attempt yet. I think I grabbed all of them. And I still didn't get Shardamaster. Wow. I can show real quick what I'm doing. So, A breaks really quick. And what I've learned is time plays 0 part in this. So you can just, as long as you're not going to the point, as long as you have any amount of speed, what's going to happen is you're going to keep going forward. You don't need to be quick at all. You just need to have an amount of speed. So if we just keep our speed pretty slow here, we can just creep around here. That's why it took me a minute to get through it. You do have to be a little bit quicker on hills like that. Otherwise, you'll slow too much. So we jump up here. The problem is there's one shard that is really, really tough to get. It's this one right here. We got it that time. Perfect. Slow down, slow down. These are also kind of difficult to get because you want to start braking as soon as you hit the ground. So if you're going too quick, you'll completely miss it. So here we go, here we go. The last time I did this, I missed like 2 shards, which is why I unpaused and said it was my best time or my best score, because it really was. I mean, no. Okay, I accidentally boosted. I accidentally clicked the left bumper. That's okay. You just saw we didn't miss a single shard, so I quite literally cannot do better. And there's an S rank. It literally 2 shards mattered. I mean, you guys can compare that to the time we got a minute and a half ago. That's insane. Well, we don't need to retry. We got the S rank.
Great job. Hope you had a good
Next up,
time.
we have the Force Longarm. We just have to get a C rank here.
Let's head
This one should not be too difficult. We're going to do the same thing, though. I'm going to be going because I got a D rank way too many times in the last one that I don't want to have to redo this one. So because time doesn't matter at all, we're just going to need to... Next is the time trial. So in the next one, the only thing that matters is time. So we will have to change our playstyle just a little bit here in a second. The hardest thing, honestly, I think are going to be these ramps, because it's going to boost us. And like you can see, I'm getting real slow here. And I don't want to accidentally boost. What I can do is I can always circle back around. As long as I don't fall off my board and lose my always on board bonus, I can always like just do a U-turn and try to come back for it. It's just so tough to do that. I had tried it and I just got launched off my board. Come on. We're okay here. Get launched. Ooh boy, slow down. Get launched again. Get launched again. Perfect. Glad it lines you up to grab all of those. Speed doesn't matter for this part at all, because it will just automatically carry you exactly where you need to go. That is a lot of crystals throughout this whole thing. Okay, we can speed up a little bit here. This one is like by far the longest of the Golan board races, quote unquote races. Just because you half? No, I didn't have enough speed there. That's okay. We just have to get a C rank. We're not going for S rank. If I don't get it though, literally the only thing I can change is to go quicker on these jumps. That's it. I just missed half of those. You're kidding me. It's okay. We're still going to get our... We might not get the collector bonus, but we're at least going to get our never get off the board bonus. I got to get myself a little bit of a speed boost here. Miss another one. That's okay. I'm just trying to manage my speed that I can see in the top right corner. If we get too slow, we're not going to get... we're going to get knocked off our board. I think we're only like... We're a little over... Like, are we there? I was going to say I think we're halfway, but I think we are past halfway because that's the red sigil door. The red crest door. Okay. And then just grab these final ones. Please give me at least C rank. I think that's a B. Wow. No, that's an S. I guess it gives you a little bit more leeway here with the shards. There's our empty bottle. No, we do not need to retry.
Great job. Hope you had a good
Okay,
time.
no key items here. So it's off to the time attacks. I think there was only one. Yeah, it's just this forest Longrum, which is what we just did. We know the pathing for this,
On your mark.
but this is all about speed. So here we go. We actually had the most trouble with this one last time because of that right there. We got knocked off our board. And there's nothing you can do besides keep going. I don't think... Actually, I was going to say, could I just skip down there since it's a speed trial? Like right here. Yeah, you don't even have to go up that launch pad. Oh, this one is all about finding different paths for sure. Like finding the quickest way there while also collecting these crystals. Like, I don't have to take this entire way. I could just follow the path below. Like down here. I could get here so fast. Let's see. I mean, I just need to get the treasure map, so I'm not going for the S rank. A rank, I think that is the treasure map.
I knew you could do it, Adol.
Yes, just exactly. So that is all of the hoverboards we needed to do. There are no more key items here. I could go back and get all these S ranks, but again, I mean, we've seen them. We've at least seen each of these one time, each of these, like, tracks. So now it's in the Coliseum battles. Starting off, we have none of these. These are all the optional ones we picked up. They're level 99 here. Well, actually, no, sorry. No, they are definitely the ones we picked up. They are very difficult, 99s. Ooh, actually, one thing I wanted to show before we get to that. First off, let me go to the Hewn Stone. Can I refine my... Ooh, Chibi Lila? Sure. We'll pick that up. Can I make the white ones next? No, okay. I thought maybe that's what it was for. Maybe it's a New Game Plus exclusive thing. I'm not sure. But... let's enhance. We'll do Mana String movement speed twice. But we are level 97. Meaning, if we use our Aesthetics Arcanum, we're now 98. And we are now max level at level 99. So I just wanted to show that off because that was sick. Coliseum battles. Let's do it. So there weren't many here in the Coliseum that we hadn't already done. Because I believe I kind of want to go for the... I kind of want to go for the characters as well, but the problem is I think we're going to have trouble. Well, at least we'll do some of them. We got time. We probably won't do all the chibi items, just because they are going to require Karja to solo some of these. And I don't really want to fully get Karja kitted out to be damage, and then, like, immediately have to swap her off next episode. There we go. That's an S rank. Chibi Lila. Chibi Lila A specifically. And then we've done everything above that. So for Adol, we now have these right here. Now, I'm not going to be doing all of these, but these are the EX versions of a lot of our items. So I might be able to show off one of these. What's one I could realistically use? Probably... I mean, I could probably fight the Netherian Leondis. Let's try this. We're max level. Adol's going to have the easiest time here. The biggest rewards here are those EX items. They have some for Karja as well as Adol. And because Adol's just an absolute monster here, I think we're going to have a pretty decent time fighting him, or fighting this guy. As long as I'm on top of my blocks, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, cut that out. Utilizing our iframes from our skill, keeping him paralyzed as well, getting our dodges. That's one of the reasons I think we'll have an easy time against this guy. I kind of know his attacks at this point, but also I know he likes to do... he's not one that is known for doing those heavy attacks, but he does do a lot of the light attacks, the speed attacks, which I know how to counter, so... yeah, I've fought enough of you guys. Get out of here. I do keep trying to instinctually swap over to use a duo skill. Man, the thing that does increase damage to paralyzed enemies would go really good right now. Get back here, you. There's a spin attack. As long as we perfect block the first one, we survive the rest. I thought he was about to do his speed attack. He probably would have if he wasn't paralyzed, actually. Yep, and dodge it. Dodge this. I love just going from his skill into a counter or into a perfect block. Oh, this is one yeah, I'm not a big fan of that breath weapon. I've blocked it plenty of times, but like it just messes up the flow of this fight, I think. Getting that random third move he uses like every once in a while. And I'm just trying to get that A rank here. There we go. Just so I can show off the item.
That was a great match.
this is just an example of what the EX items are other than the one we already got. There's our A rank. Perfect. I really don't know how you get higher than an A rank, but we do get the Inferno Bracelet EX. So if we go ahead and go check that out, we'll see that compare. Actually, let me go to the release line. I didn't think that would unlock anything. Oh, wait. Got it. Makes sense. We can now hold more monoseeds. It says more monoseeds in each node. What's it talking about? Okay, that's what I thought. It just made all of them level 3s, so that way we can hold any tier in any node. Go ahead and upgrade Karja's as well. Hers is going to matter here in a second when I have to beat one of hers, because yes, I did peek ahead, and yes, she has an exclusive fight, but I have to get like an S rank in. But we can look at that equipment there, and our typical Inferno Bracelet does damage to burn to afflicted enemies plus 35%. With the EX, we now get that plus an additional plus 20 strength. So really solid items, probably really, really good, and maybe even mandatory for some nightmare difficulty fights. So if I wanted to, I could just go get all these A ranks. It isn't hard. We at this point know how to do it, especially with Adol. Karja's going to be a little bit more difficult, but we're going to focus on trying to get some of these other items here. So this one will be another one of the bobbleheads. I don't really know how to fight this. We've only fought it one time. It was with a duo. We had a pretty good fight, but ooh, with that poison, I am a little bit concerned here. Yeah, I'm gonna be. I think this is the fight we have to fight with Karja in order to get a key item. I think. I know hers was like a fight I saw and went, that's gonna be tough. We're definitely gonna have to completely respec her, and we can still use potions in here, which we might have to use. I don't actually think the potions decrease your rank, because I do think it's just based off time. Otherwise, it would show you where all the points go and like all your bonuses. So might have to do that for Karja, just because we haven't played as her very much, and her strongest skill is not nearly as good as Adol's, I don't think. It's still like an AoE attack, but like it has a weird hitbox and like a weird slam thing it does. This is probably gonna be the hardest fight we fight with Adol. Everything else should go by pretty fast here. I also don't think this is actually technically Adol's best move. Like, it's his strongest hitting move, but I think there's just like better metas you can do with him. Ow. I was gonna try to run away from that attack. Like, at this point, it might even be worth, like, Karja's not going to be able to get the same bonuses Adol does from killing all the Grieger, I don't think. So for her, it might be better to do a, like, Frostbite build, where she inflicts more Frostbite with her attacks, and then it does more damage to enemies that are inflicted with Frostbite, just because she hasn't nearly had as many of the kills Adol has, especially at this point, since he's got this skill that I just use whenever I want to get rid of trash mobs. But there we go. Should be an A rank for us.
Fighting solo's not so bad sometimes.
S rank, never mind. We get the Hugel Noggin. And then there's, I think there's one more. Yeah, Chibi Gren. And then Chibi Adol. Okay, let's do the Chibi Adol one real quick. This is going to be fast.
Do your best.
And then I got to fully respec Karja. I need to go take a picture of like every single... Actually, I don't. I think I can... I know what needs to go on Adol. What is happening? Oh, I keep trying to... I kept trying to use my my duo skill, which obviously I don't have. So I was clicking X with right trigger being held, which didn't do anything. There's our Chibi Adol. And then our Chibi Gren 2. We're 30 levels above this guy. Please be easy. Oh, it's just you guys? Okay, well. Is this a high break skill? What's my highest break skill on Adol? It is, in fact, Phoenix Fall. Not by much, but... He doesn't really have great break skills. Now, he, of course, has just good break in general, because that's what happens whenever I built him like this. Cut that out. Move, Adol. Come here, Lance user. And there we go. So, I wish there was just like a quick swap we could do, because I just have to go clear all of Adol's skills now. Let's do a once over here. We don't need the EXs. We have the treasure chart. We have the Chibi Adol, empty bottle, Chibi Gren. All right. Okay. So for Karja, we have a few. We have none of these matter. We do have this empty bottle at level 72. We have a Chibi Hugel. Then we have Chibi Karja B2. And the other thing is she doesn't have any permanent upgrades into her. And then we also have Philia Noggin, and that's it. So let me go ahead and figure out what I'm going to do with her. Okay, here's Karja. Fully kitted out with pretty much the best things I could give her. All the way down. Raw damage. Then we're going to go ahead and remove. Karja. We actually don't even need this on period anymore. Same with this. Same with this. So we can actually fully kit her out completely differently now. Let's go ahead and give her the helmet. Skill damage plus 20. Then we'll give her the vitality and breakup based on Grieger defeated. And then strength up based off Grieger defeated. And then I don't know if we're going to be able to... We'll just do this anyways. And then for skills, Karja, we have to max this out or you are not winning any fights. Skill enhancement. There we go. We'll go ahead and do Glacial Spin as well. Okay. Here we are. She quite literally cannot get any stronger. What are her new skills? Oh, did she master a new skill that I just didn't notice? Huh. Not as good, but still not bad. Here we go. Coliseum battle. Karja, let's go ahead and just do an opening fight here. See how good she does. I mean, this is like... We're not going to really have any issues here. Yeah. We're not going to have any issues with that fight. The real challenge is going to be coming from the 72 fight. I probably should have given her the slightly better armor as well. That's fine. We already got that one. Here we go. Chibi Karja B2.
I'm rooting for you. I'll beat you to a pulp.
Give me your Toximaxer. Fortunately, I think this guy is immune to both the status effects we're currently inflicting. I didn't mean to. I think that's just some of her built-in stuff. But she does currently inflict poison and frostbite. But it seems like Toximaxer is at least for sure immune to frostbite. I think she's also it's also immune to poison though, because it does poison damage. She does have strong arm. Unfortunately, that's just a downside to it. There is the clear time for Karja done. Chibi Karja B2. And then we have... Is it really just Chibi Hugel? No, we have the empty bottle. So we have both of these fights. We'll start with the 47. This should be no big deal. 72 I'm a little bit concerned about, but we're going to beat this no matter what. You know, we've stockpiled everything for a reason here to make us as strong as possible this late into the game. I'm a little bit concerned about... Okay, I was like, I'm concerned about the curse, but there we go, we win. The good news is everything applies to both party members for the most part, except for the elixirs. So, like, they're both at high levels. They both have some of the same upgrades available. Here we go. The Volgadine R. Let's do it. This is the hardest fight Karja will have the entire game. Let's do it. Just open with our ice attack here. I would love to get frostbite applied. I just don't think she does enough to get frostbite applied. Will she inflict it with her basic attacks? No, she only inflicts poison with her basic attacks. Actually, don't know what allows her to do that. I think it's something with their skill tree that, like, Karja, for whatever reason, inflicts poison and he inflicts paralysis. Come here, you. Stay, keep the iframes. Oh, thank God we were still in the animation. I could not have got out of there otherwise. Man, fighting these enemies is so fun because they don't actually hit you ever because they just like to lunge over you. Poison lasts for a long time. So, and there we go. Honestly, did I even need to change up their loadouts? Probably not. I'll be completely honest. Like, we probably could have beat this with just base Karja. There we go. We get our empty bottle 1. And that, my friends, should be everything we need from here. So, before we continue, let me fix them. Okay, rebuilt them both. This won't matter till next episode. We're done with combat this episode, but this is what they're looking like. Honestly, I think they both might be built a little bit better. Adol obviously doesn't have as much defense or vitality, but is significantly stronger offensively than he was. Whereas when we get down here to Karja, she actually isn't as big of a steel wall as she was before, but she does have a little bit more attack built into her. Top of that, when we look at equipment, Adol is still just rocking his absolute insane gear here with the over 1,000 strength. But Karja, I actually gave a little bit something different to. We no longer need those treasure radars or anything. So what I went ahead and did was I gave her Frostbite. So inflict Frostbite on enemies, damage to Frostbite inflicted enemies plus 35%. What I actually could probably do is swap this around, give her the Chaos Bracelet, give Adol the Frostbite Bracelet, but I don't think it really matters that much. So that's our current build. I think they're both pretty solid. I mean, Adol obviously is just the stronger character because that's how we've built him. If I wanted to get even crazier, I could do some of this refining here. I have enough Elding Fragments also to buy some of these elixirs if I wanted to, and then, like, I think I can make this Rainbow Strong Arm Plus like 1,000,000 times over with the amount of Rainbow Sea Stones and everything else we have. So, with that done, let's go ahead and see a couple of other things we have. So, in our inventory, we all obviously have all these chibis now, but we also have some of these treasure maps. We have 5 new ones. So, let's go ahead. I just want to make sure we have them all. Yes, all the way up to 10. Perfect. So, we do have them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go ahead and look at treasure chart number 10. We can go ahead and just start looking around for this. So this is going to be towards the lower half of the world, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's probably down here somewhere. I wouldn't say it's over in this area. Well, it could be like right here. I was like, it could be on the northern side of this. Let's go ahead and hop over here. We're just going to grab these treasures, and then after the treasures, we'll see the events on the Sandris that we have available to us. Since we do have a couple things people want to tell us now.
Kinda looks like
Yes, it should be right here, Adol. Hard break. And there is our first treasure, some Dark Sea Stones. None of this is going to be worth it, by the way. Maybe treasure map 10. None of it's going to be anything worthwhile, though, unless you're doing a Nightmare New Game Plus run. Let's go ahead and check out the next map. Map number 7. Okay, that's going to be over here in the bottom left, I think. Yes, I think that's right here. I saw it because there was the big continent. As I've said, when you see a big continent, you can kind of get a good idea that it's either on the edges or in the center of the map, since there's this big continent right here, and then this is like the main area of like that's Europe, basically south of us. So the Europe of this game. I don't think I forget what it's called. Is it called Europe? It's called like Europe or something like that, since they just slightly changed the names of everything. Salvaging this gets us 100 Elding Fragments. We get more from just killing an enemy that we don't even need to fight anymore. Next up, we have treasure map number 8. I think I could have told you where that was a second ago because I think I just saw it. That's gonna be like up here, right? Not there. It's not gonna be right here. We are looking for another L shape. island, though, so it's probably going to be over on this right side, if I had to guess. No, I mean, that's too much water. Yeah, it's not here. Is it down in the Rogue Sea? It almost looks like it could have been right there. Nope, it's right here. Okay, fastest is probably going to be to come from Rollo's Arc, if I had to guess.
And away we go.
Most of these are going to be in the south just because you don't unlock it. You can't even do these until you get down here. So I'm guessing the rest of them are probably going to be down here, so we can probably just avoid going up north while we're searching for these locations. Just use all of our speed boosts as we get through here. We get these recharged every time we fast travel. We have a max level boat, baby. Can't get any stronger than we are. Let's see a big pirate try to fight me now. Where's Daedalus? All right, and hard break. And this salvage spot has 150 sparkling white sand. Not bad, because I mean, I'm nowhere near mastering any of those or maxing out any of those. Next up, we have second to last one, treasure chart number 9. This one's going to be, I mean, it's got to be like right here. It's got to be close to this. Yep, right there. Man, there's no good way here. You know what? Let's go to Viewpoint Island offshore and then circle around northeast. All right, back over here to the Rogue Sea. You actually have to go through a fast travel point or a travel screen there. I've never noticed. I guess the only time we've really gone through without it being a story event was coming in here to the Rogue Sea. But right over here, tucked away in the corner, should be our treasure.
I hope the hull's okay.
We didn't even hit anything. 50 sparkling white sand. Are these randomized loot pools? That's worse than treasure chart 8. Here we go. The final ancient trove. This one is going to be up north here. Is this going to be like somewhere in here? No. I mean, it's definitely up against this continent, right? Is it right here? Yep. Let's go ahead and ping that. Quickest way... I can't go from Google Fortress, so the quickest is probably going to be this southeastern fortress. The other one will put me even further north, that other location. It'll put me, like, up there. So it is just a little bit quicker to come here to the southeastern fortress.
This will prove useful.
And let's just ride the waves all the way over. I could grab that gold just to flex how strong we are now, but we don't need to do that. There's 2 gold ones. Wow, I didn't know I missed a second one.
Snagged a little something.
Come on, boost through this. And we just want to aim for over there. Was there anything over here? Is this where we fought that rogue ship?
Whoa.
No way. Oh, never mind.
Lot of debris piling up.
I think this is just for this loot, because there's nothing else over here. Okay, right there is our destination. Here we go. Can I drop? Yes, I can drop my barrier now. And we get a single vitality elixir. There we go. That is every treasure chart, at least the ancient treasure charts, completed. Go ahead and use this on Adol. And now, all that's left to do is look at our bonding events that we've accumulated here. We have a few to view. Let's go ahead and start with Cuthbert. I just remembered that I happened to get my hands on some fine herbal tea. Adol Karja, would you care to join me for a cup? First time I've ever had this stuff, but it ain't half bad. I'm glad it's to your liking. It's a little gift I had sent from my hometown as a way to thank you both for your cooperation with the runestones. We sure found a lot of them. Indeed you did. We were able to uncover more than I'd ever dreamed. The truth behind Rollo of the Bloody Seas and his idyllic duchy of Norgard, for instance. As well as the resolve and fortitude its people showed in the face of annihilation, leading all the way to the origins of Karnak. Through these revelations, I am now more convinced than ever. Gleans and Normans can indeed live together in harmony. I know I said it was just some pipe dream, but now we've got proof that it happened. Makes me start to think I can believe it myself. But actually making it a reality is going to take a few trips to hell and back. The fact you'll even concede there's a chance is a massive step in the right direction. Now that we know it's possible, all that's left to do is press on, and it'll make it my life's work to see it through. I can feel his quiet resolve. Do excuse me. I suppose all of this has me a tad discomposed. I think it's time you came clean. Seriously, what's your deal? No run-of-the-mill priest is that good with a sword. What's it all for at the end of the day? I suppose what I truly want is to honor their souls. Huh? Whose? My beloved teachers, friends, and students, all of whom were beckoned to heaven on that fateful day. I suppose the time is right to tell you two. It was 30 years ago. A faction of Normans attacked the monastery where I had been raised. As a result, the lives of every person I held dear were stolen away. And yet many of my brothers and sisters who perished hailed from the north. They were Normans, the same as our assailants. Why were Normans living there? Whether it was those fleeing the cold wave that befell their lands, or those who were displaced by their own reasons, the monastery was a sanctuary for any such people in need. I won't pretend we didn't have our share of conflicts, but I grew up alongside them all the same. Guess that explains why you know so much about Normans. Although our cultures may differ, we were still able to understand one another as fellow human beings. And as human beings, we are all also equal in death. I suppose I'm doing all this because I cannot reconcile myself. I want to believe those days were more than a fleeting illusion. My apologies. It would seem I forgot myself a tad. That's what you want them to find harmony. I'm the one in the wrong here for writing you off as delusional. Oh, please don't pay it any mind. Incidentally, I began work as a missionary after the event, traveling from country to country. In doing so, I came across a variety of local legends, each as delightfully quaint as the Oh, pardon me, it seems a fly snuck in here. Now, little fellow, you mustn't go wandering so carelessly. Did you see that? He pinched the thing by its wings. I'm curious about those local legends. Hey, don't you get him started. Oh, dear me, the tea has gone cold. Shall I make us a new pot? After this, they had a second cup of tea while enjoying a good conversation with the priest. Apparently, he learned swordsmanship from a certain gladiator while staying in his spawny. I believe that is a reference to another game. I want to say, actually, Ys 9. I think the last one chronologically. And our affinity with Father Cuthbert is now at max.
My goodness, what fun that was! So long as there are those like yourselves around. Let's keep our spirits high and press onward, shall we?
Next on the list, we have Rafe.
Hey,
Hey there, Adol Karja. Seems we're nearing the end of this journey of ours. At least that's how it feels. Hard to say what lies in wait for us at the end. Thanks for sticking it out with us the whole way through, Rafe. Hey, don't even mention it. You two have done just as much for me. I know we talked about it before, but are you still planning to go back to mercenary life after this? Well, about that. Rafe, there you are, my boy. Dr. Flare rushed over, gasping for breath. Dr. Flare? What happened? Must have been something big to get you so worked up. I discovered a new medicinal use for specular grass. It might be effective on Dawson's mental impairment. What? Later, after the Saunders made port in Karnak, Adol and the others went to the still-damaged clinic where Momina was looking after Dawson. Oh, that should do it. I administered a sedative to him, so we'll see how things go once he awakens. Dr. Flare, will this really cure my husband? I don't know if we can expect a complete recovery, but I believe this treatment will, at the very least, lessen the symptoms and slow their progress. Who could have imagined specular grass would have such properties? It seems he's coming to. Dear? Who the devil are you? Give me a drink. Ain't there any booze around? I always like to have myself a stiff one first thing in the morning. It appears our efforts were unsuccessful. Unfortunately so. Adol? Karja? Gren, I thought you and Dogi went out to check the highway. We did, and it's covered in strangling Grieger. Take us there, Gren. Right, we gotta get out there quick. Dogi's holding them back, but they've got the edge in strength and numbers. Rafe, we could use your help too. On it. Phew. That's all of them mopped up. Man, are we lucky this went down while Adol and Karja were here. I don't like the thought that there were so many of these still roaming around, though. We should probably take a look around the area to be safe then. Rafe, behind you! Damn it. Yeah, I screwed up. Looks like this body of mine has gone soft. Ugh. What? Mr. Evilies? Well, why did you take that hit for me? Because it's my job to protect the citizens. Hey, are you okay? You know, I heard my son Rafe was in the area. Did you tell him something for me? Tell him I'm sorry for never teaching him how to use a sword. And that what happened to Mark was my fault. If I'd only had just a bit more... Huh? Hey, snap out of it. It's me, your son Rafe. Come on. Open your eyes. You wanted to teach me how to use a sword, right? Dad? Dad! Rafe, stop. He's gone. I'm not gonna scream like someone who's mourning their father. That's sad. This is like the first sad story we've had. So, guess your medicine worked after all, Dr. Flare? Yes, though it seems the effects took a while to present themselves. Came back to his senses. Rafe had grown up so much by now that Dawson couldn't even recognize him. You shouldn't blame yourself. It's not as if I was planning to. No matter how you slice it, my father was a poor excuse of a man. Nothing will change that. Even after what he did today, doesn't mean I'll forgive him. Rafe. Still, it's like you said to me before, Dr. Flare. The bond between parent and child can never be broken. Huh. Dad, you stupid bastard. Your affinity with Rafe is now at max.
Still don't know if I did the right things, but I think I can start moving forward now. Might not have happened if you guys weren't there for me.
And it adds a crew conversation for us to listen to. We'll listen to that after we do Gren's Max Affinity event. What's up, Adol? Someone's got his serious face on. Is that how it looks? Well, it's true that I've got something on my mind. It's just, I get the feeling that our journey here on the Saunders is coming to an end soon. And I mean, I know that's a good thing, but... Adol, can you come with me for a sec? And that's the match. You said you wanted to spar, so I rounded up all the fighters we had, but, in the end, you couldn't take a single round, huh? Shouldn't be much of a surprise when you compare our skills to his. Damn it, I knew I wasn't gonna pull out any wins, but I was still hoping I'd put up a fight. At least then I would have felt some kind of useful to you guys. Good grief.
Yep.
Your swordplay's getting better, I'll give you that. Flailing that thing around like an idiot every day must be paying off somewhat. The issue is that you need to strategize better. You got a way to catch your opponent off guard. Rafe.
Yeah.
He's right. You haven't been slacking off in your training, so you've definitely put in some muscle on. It's just that your attacks are all so straightforward. Aye, to the point, where your opponent can read you like a book. That leaves you wide open. I get what you're all saying, but I've never been good at fooling people. Yeah, that sounds about right. But you have to keep in mind that combat is a constant game of trying to outmaneuver your opponent. Adol, can you get one more round with me? There's one last thing I want to try. Yeah. How about that? I call it the Gren Straight Flash. Woohoo! Nice going. Looks like that's a draw between you and Adol. How'd you come up with that move, Gren? It was a full force thrust with no prior movement to give it away. I get it. You use the fact that your head is completely empty to just rocket forward without a single thought. That's your best and at the same time, worst quality. Makes sense. The opponent can't see it coming if your body moves faster than your mind. That's pretty clever, actually. I'd say you can give him a little more credit there, Rafe. Don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't approve. Whenever we got stuck in our heads about something, it was always Gren who'd kick us into action. No one will ever say it out loud, but not a member of our little youth brigade would question the fact that Gren's our leader. Rafe, I get you. Ah, so this is where you all have gotten to. Lady Leela! I beseech thee, bestow upon me the power of mana! Can't say I've ever seen such flawlessly executed groveling before. Damn, he got down on all fours even faster than that new move of his. I take it all back. Toss that goofball to the sharks. And so our affinity with Gren is now at max.
Adol, Karja, I'm going to follow my own path. And as the Youth Brigade's bestest pals, you'd better be there to witness it.
And that's all the ones here on the deck. Let's go ahead. I just want to check up here. I don't think there's... Oh, no, Rosa is up here. I knew we had to do... We're basically doing all the Youth Brigades. They've all maxed out their affinity at this point. I just thought she might have been below deck. Oh, Adol, Karja. Something wrong, Rosa? You look down. Oh, do I? Are you worried about Philia? I heard you fought my sister at the Seabed Temple. I should have been prepared for the chance it would happen, knowing where each of us stands, but still. Rosa, if this is too much, there's no need to force yourself to stick with us. No, I'm here to help you and Adol, and that's not changing anytime soon. Even now, I don't regret staying on with the Saunders one bit. And what's going on? It's just, I started worrying what exactly is going through my sister's head right now. It made me realize that maybe I don't know Philia as well as I thought I did. You really do love her, huh? In all the time Philia's been a part of the Balta Sea Force, she's always been a thoughtful, perceptive person. But just when people think they had her figured out, she'd put forward the wildest, most daring battle plans you'd ever heard. Even after all the time we've spent together, I find it hard to get a read on her myself. I see. Balta Sea Force ships approaching off the bow. It's the 3rd flotilla, I believe. The 3rd flotilla, but that's... Philia's flotilla. Does she really intend to attack us? Enemies off the stern. Please be careful. They're pulling up alongside us to board. All hands prepare for combat. The Normans of the Balta Sea Force rushed onto the Saunders' deck. The crew had their backs to the wall, making for a dire situation. However, with Adol and Karja at the forefront, they were able to regroup and turn the tides of the battle. And then... Here I was thinking we had the upper hand. No matter how many times you try this, it's always gonna end the same, Philia. I'm gonna find a way to beat this Rolo inside me, and I won't be losing to anyone before then. Whether that's you or Gunnar or even Grimson. Philia. Rosa? All hands retreat. Goodness. Not once did I expect Philia would come and launch a direct assault on us. Well, she is one of the Balta Sea Force's commanders, so I guess that makes us enemies now.
Nah.
Not necessarily. Adol, check your shirt. What's that? A single slip of paper had been tucked into Adol's shirt without him noticing. He then unfolded the paper, revealing a letter from Philia. What the? When'd she have the chance to stick that in there? During the battle, when else? Still, it's pretty impressive. But what does it say? To Rosalind and everyone else on the Sandris. For the Jarl, eliminating Rollo may just be a means of getting revenge. But even if that is the case, Rollo is still a serious threat to Obelia Gulf and everybody who calls it home. So I'm sorry to the princess, but for everyone's sake, I agree that he needs to be eradicated. I may have lost you once before, but as one of the peerless pair, I can't just leave it at that and give up. Even so, there's a part of me that's praying the princess and Adol are able to find another way to resolve this. Although I'm not able to stand with you now, I know in my heart the day will come when we can laugh together again. Philia. Philia. Could it be that the whole reason she boarded us was to deliver that letter? Wow, girl's got some serious guts. She hasn't changed much from when she was young, always doing her own thing without so much as a word. But as her dad, I can say one thing for certain. She values her family above all else. Guess this was her way of showing us both her resolve as an enemy and her kindness as a friend. That's very like her. In fact, her name came from another term for the umbrella leaf plant. In the language of flowers, it means a free-spirited. Huh? No kidding. Well, that's about as perfect a name as you could get for her. Free-spirited, huh? Hey, Dad. I know my name comes from the rose, but does that have a meaning in flower language too? Of course it does. In the language of flowers, roses means ladylike or lovable. You've got me blushing. I'll be sure to do my best to live up to that name. Flower language, huh? That's why they chose that name for her. Yo, Cruz, what you thinking so hard about?
Sure.
Oh, well, it's just... I believe that when it comes to roses, there are vastly different meanings depending on the color. I'm pretty sure that the one Mr. Roseberry mentioned is for pink roses specifically. And out of curiosity, what would, let's say a black rose mean then? Jealousy and controlling, I think. Ah, very interesting. So it's like that one then. Hey guys, did you hear what my dad just said? My name just might fit me perfectly too. Yeah. Sure seems that way. Oh, no question. Ayer's beard. Something tells me Philia's got it rougher than I realize. And of course, your affinity with Rosalind and the Roosevers is now at max.
Thanks to you, I can finally understand why my sister did what she did. That's why I plan to follow her lead, and... well, just keep looking out for me, okay?
And so with that, we can go ahead and head down to the deck. I believe we want to go down here. I know Cruz has one, but I want to see if anybody else has one. Cruz and Ashley both, finally finishing up Ashley's story. I feel like we kind of know where that one's going to go already based off what happened. Oh, and then her, I totally forgot. Yeah, it's the entire youth brigade all has their events. So we got 3 more. Like I said, it was probably going to be about 20 minutes of these events, so it'll be a little bit of a longer episode, but we're just cleaning up everything before we actually get to the final boss. All right, let's start with Ashley. Hey guys, there's something I want you two to see. Mind coming with me for a bit? Maybe I should have done her last, or him last, because my voice hurts doing this voice. Ashley took out what seemed to be a well-worn journal. What's this? Looks pretty worse for wear. Huh? It's covered page to page with sketches of marine life. Whoa, creatures like these actually exist? Can I get a turn, please? What's with the good manners, Adol? Usually you'd go gaga for this sort of thing. So, what's the deal with this journal? You pick it up somewhere? Yeah, it was lying on the beach at Viewpoint Isle. I recognize both the handwriting and the art style. It's my dad's, no doubt about it. Wait. What's this mean then? Didn't your old man... 3 years ago, he found a bunch of undiscovered sea creatures on an expedition. When he presented his findings, he was called a liar. But Cruz said there are animals he'd never seen before on Viewpoint Isle. So if you two know anything, you have to tell me. Now that you mention it, Leela did say that flora and fauna from before the Great Calamity were loaded onto one of the arcs. If that arc's destination was Viewpoint Isle, so Ashley's dad sailed to Viewpoint Isle too? I don't know about that. I mean, think of all the hoops we had to jump through. It's hard to imagine he could have made it to the Isle all on his own. There is a possibility he visited the place unconsciously the same way you did, Adol. Hold on. If that's the case, then why was his journal on the beach there? I'm just letting my imagination run wild here, but once your old man met his end, this journal found its way to Viewpoint Isle all by itself. Almost as if it were carrying its owner's will inside it. I think so too. These are just the creatures we fight in the game. Expected you might, brother. What else could it be, right? So that's how it went. I made a choice way back when. Choice to get rid of everything. My memories of my dad, who I really am, all of it. Ashley. Searching for sea creatures and seeing them with my own eyes was never for my dad's sake. I wanted to see how pointless and boring they were, to laugh in the face of the thing that ruined my life. When I got to explore all over the Gulf with you guys, and before I knew it, my original goal stopped mattering. Instead, it was replaced with wanting to see more and more wildlife. Plain and simple. That right. So I won't lie to myself anymore. I'm happy to be my dad's kid. These feelings are something nobody can take from me. Took me several detours along the way, but I'm glad I was finally able to realize this. Sometimes it's the detours that help shed light on the real path. At first, I only thought of you as some snotty brat we just had to put up with. But right now, Ashley, you're about as cute gets. Huh? Thanks. Karja, Adol, I really owe you all for this. Let's look for sea creatures again sometime. Yeah. And our affinity with Ashley is finally at max.
I'm gonna keep giving it my all from here on. Not for my dad, but for myself. Thanks, you two.
And we get a new recapture skill, the Sea is my friend. You see that after you get all of the events or all of the quests done for Ashley, but unfortunately to do all the quests, you have to have like the 3 rogues. You have to have so many recapture points done to see Ashley's quest. So I guess it'll be useful in New Game Plus. Next up, we have Carpent Trading here, Mr. Cruz. Yeah, it seems this is the only way. Adol, Karja, do you two have a minute? Huh? What are you being all stiff about?
Sure.
Well, the thing is, seeing the serious expression on Cruz's face, Adol and Karja looked to each other with concern. My whole life, I just assumed that I would end up taking over my dad's business. After all, I've grown up surrounded by it since as far back as I can remember. But performing maintenance on the Sandras day in and day out like this, well, it taught me something. I really do want to be a shipwright. This is a dream I've had since I was a little boy, and I've kept it locked up inside the whole time. I don't want to lie to myself anymore. Finally accepted your true feelings, huh? Took you long enough. So that's why you need our help? Yeah, the issue is now my dad. I think I've got an idea that's just crazy enough to work. Huh, you sure are more than meets the eye, Cruz. Never thought I'd hear you ask to join in on a boarding assault. The Undying Fleet is innovative in that many of their ships are geared towards specific capabilities. If I could reverse engineer those bold, brash designs for human use, then Romas will be forced to recognize just how serious you are about being a shipwright.
Sure.
Not only that, but we could utilize that knowledge to the Saunders' benefit. There's even a chance that I could turn those ship designs into a new business model for Carpent Trading. That only can be a good thing for the company, I'm sure. Impressive. You really thought this through. Make lemons into lemonade and turn yourself a profit. That's the Carpent Trading way. Undying Fleet ship spotted dead ahead. Once we board them, don't leave our side, got it? Wander off and it'll be the end of you. Right, understood. All right, let's go, brother. Not bad. You hung in there the whole way through. I I thought I was a goner. Still, can you really come up with a ship design from just that? Didn't seem like you had the time to take so much as a single note. Don't worry, when it comes to ships, I excel at memorization. The ship's construction, dimensions, and everything else I could possibly need are all burned into my mind. Now then, I'd better get to drafting while the information's still fresh. Well, all right. Thus did Cruz begin drawing up blueprints, becoming so engrossed in his work that he forgot to eat or sleep. After finally finishing, he was ready to show them to Romus, who had come back aboard for a business deal. I never imagined you'd come up with a new ship design based on the Grieger's fleet, of all things. I'm no expert, but even I can tell this is revolutionary. Dad, does that mean... To think you had this kind of talent, Cruz? It'd be a tremendous shame to leave it untapped. Even still... I was dead set on you taking over the family business after me. But it seems that my selfishness almost robbed you of the chance to develop in your own way. I really should have listened to you more. Dad, it's not all your fault. I should have told you how I felt to begin with. Well, it isn't too late. You've got the ability to not just be my successor, but take carpet trading in a direction I never could have myself. Cruz, we're not just father and son anymore, but partners on equal standing. I'm looking forward to working with you as our up-and-coming shipwright. Dad. Fair weather comes after the rain, as they say. As in the end, just talking to his dad and letting him know what he wanted was all he really needed to do. And so our affinity with Cruz and Romas is now at max.
Now that you guys have given me the push I needed, I won't lie to myself ever again. Let's get out there and pursue our dreams.
You got it, Cruz. And finally, our final affinity we need to view is downstairs with Mirabelle. I hope. I don't think there's anybody else that we can talk to. Okay, this is it. You sure seem fired up. Oh my, I didn't realize you two were there watching. What is it you were psyching yourself up for? Well, lately it feels as though Gren and the others have matured so much that you can scarcely recognize them. And I've decided that I don't want to be the only one stuck at a standstill. Huh? Didn't expect you to worry about something like that, Mirabelle. I'm just trying to keep up with everybody is all. So the next time we have a reason to stop by Karnak, there's something I'd like you two to help me out with. I think I could use a bit of your courage. I'm still not following. Good thing we had to go back to Karnak for a lot of people. Later, the Saunders paid a visit to Karnak, which was in the midst of reconstruction. Mirabelle then called Adol and Karja to the harbor. Was this the thing you said you needed our help with? Right. Sorry for the selfish request. I want you two to be my witnesses. Witnesses for what? She didn't explain anything to me either. This might not be a big deal for you, Father, but I need to ask you something that's been weighing on my mind for a long time now. I don't suppose you're after your old man's secret fishing techniques? Wrong. Back when we moved the clinic into the city, just what happened to that day Mother died? You've hardly smiled anymore since then. I've tried to take as much of your burden at the clinic as I can, all in the hopes of changing that, and yet... You have your reasons, and I won't force you to be happy. But at the very least, I think I deserve an explanation. I've always assumed it was something too painful to bring up, but even still, Mirabelle, I knew the moment would come where I had to tell you. Back then, when I would fish before supper, your mom would always come and get me like clockwork. Even now, standing here with our lines in the water, it feels like she might show up at any minute. Oh. When all of us moved to the city, both she and I were kept exceptionally busy. There were plenty of times where we had to have someone else watch you while we were at work. One winter day, the snow had really piled up, causing a rash of illnesses and injuries. Left the city on house calls that morning, not noticing that your mother was ill herself. Then eventually, your mother was found collapsed and carried off to another doctor's clinic. I guess he saw me as a rival to his business, however. Once he found out who she was, he refused to treat your mother. Shortly after, she took a sudden turn for the worse and... How horrible. Ah, so is that why you won't refuse any patient, Father?
That's right. Any patient before me on a given day could be in a situation just like hers. No matter who they are, a patient could always have someone who cares about them waiting at home. When I think of that, there's no way I could turn anyone away. Mirabelle, you are a truly kind-hearted girl. And because of that, I worry that if I told you this, you'd decide to dedicate your entire life to helping me out at the clinic.
Huh. Can't really deny it, seeing as I was planning to do exactly that.
I don't want to hold you back. The thing that would make me happiest now is for you to find your own happiness. So it's best you forget about me and...
Father. No matter who they are, a patient could always have someone who cares about them waiting at home. That's a wonderful sentiment, but don't you see the irony?
Oh, what do you mean?
I'm the one waiting at home for you, dummy.
Huh?
Gosh.
The two of us are a family, aren't we? I won't be your little girl forever, so... I'd really like my dear old dad to rely on me just a teensy bit more. Even if I'm not as reliable as Mother quite yet.
But that's... Well, I can see there's no going to be any arguing against you.
Father, don't worry, when the time comes, I will find my own happiness. But right now, I'm happy assisting both you and the Sandras.
I understand. That sounds fine by me.
I really should have just asked you about all of this sooner. Surprised to find there are conversations even you find difficult, Mirabelle. Regardless of how it might seem, Princess, I'm actually a huge coward. I don't want to hurt anyone, nor do I want to be hurt myself. But knowing the situation you're in, Princess, I felt that I had to summon up my own courage for this. That's so. Yep, that's so. Thanks to you as well, Adol, for being here. With that taken care of, let's be off to our next destination. And of course, our affinity with Mirabelle and Joel is now at max.
Thank you, everyone. I always have all of you to lean on. Let's keep doing our best, side by side. Not just for each other, but for ourselves, too.
And we get the Sandras Socialite. We're getting a max affinity with every character. We can go ahead and return to the helm. And before we wind things down, because there is truly nothing else for us to do at this point, unless we wanted to go clear all those gold things and the arenas and everything else we don't really need to do. Let's go ahead and view Friendly Concern.
Wonder how Rafe's holding up.
I'm worried for him. But what can you even say to someone in his position?
You guys are totally overthinking it. No way Rafe wants to see us all gloomy and walking on eggshells around him.
Gren, you make a good point, actually.
Bet you anything he'd be all, "Shh, I don't remember asking for anybody's concern. We should just eat our meals together and bicker the way we always do."
You know, Gran, for someone so airheaded, you say the most insightful things at times.
Oh, brother. They should learn to keep their voices down.
And there we go. With that, guys, that is everything available to us here in East Proud Nordics. In the next episode, we will for sure go finish up the game. I will see you guys then.